I'm home, 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 and glad to be home. I was gone for 5 nights. I played one night in Charleston and 4 nights in Savannah. And beautiful cities, Charleston and Savannah. Had good weather, a little bit of sprinkles of rain here and there. Uh, Two great pubs, Tommy Condon's obviously in Charleston, and the New Wexford pub in the city market in downtown Savannah. A lot of fun, a lot of friends came out, a lot of fun. Can't beat that. But I'm glad to be home. Traveled the world, I've been all around. There ain't nothing like my old hometown. There ain't nothing like coming home. Spent my years on the road, sailed the 7 seas. Some standing tall, some on my knees. But I had to come home to find my way again. Gentle old town, childhood scenes, calling me back at night in my dreams to give me the answers, keep it all from being vain. Travel the world, I've been all around. There ain't nothing like my old hometown. There ain't nothing like coming home. Walking down Main Street, my heart starts to swell. Try to hide a tear in my eye. What the hell? I let it all go. It feels too good to be true. Walked into a store where I spent so much time. I run into Bobby. He's an old friend of mine. We shake hands and embrace as good old friends must do. Travel the world, I've been all around. There ain't nothing like my old hometown. There ain't nothing like coming home. An old man walks down the rows of a field. A gray-haired old lady who's creating a meal, and the king of Siam would surely give up his throne. Shaggy old dog and a calico cat, front porch swing and a big welcome mat. There ain't nothing like coming home. Travel the world, I've been all around. There ain't nothing like my old hometown. There ain't nothing like coming home. There ain't nothing like coming home. Nothing like coming home, written by my friend Bobby Tobin. Bob Tobin, Sullivan's Island, Charleston, South Carolina. Put that on one of the albums. Don't remember which one. Maybe on the River of Love CD.
I'm thinking it may even be Roots and Wings. Is it that old?
It's either. Oh, it's old, isn't that? Yeah.
So I mean,
It might have been on Roots and Wings, but which was my first artist album. You know, I did a bunch of albums. I did a whole album in Nashville that was never still never released. But I did cassette projects while I was working at Kiowa and the Mills House in the Charleston market, doing cover songs, you know, for the tourist. Unsuspecting tourist buying my cassettes. just taking them for a ride. Taking them for a ride. That's what we do. Anyway, glad to have you with us, guys. How we doing over there, Mom? Doing all right?
Yeah, seems to be fine. I don't see any.
Good. I played the last 5 nights, and yes, I'm beat down a little bit and tired from being on the road, but we will do our show tonight. I may cut it a little short, but 5 Irish gigs in a row, so I would begin the night often with this one. Aye, the summertime is coming, trees are sweetly blooming, and the wild mountains mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? We'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? I will build my love a tower round yon pure crystal fountain, and around it I will place all the flowers of the mountain. Will you go, lassie, go? We'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? If my true love, she were gone, then I surely find another where the wild mountain thyme grows around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? We'll all go together to pluck wild mountain thyme all around the blooming heather. Will you go, lassie, go? Will you go, lassie? Well, I finally had some time today to go over some of the old posts that I posted down in Savannah. And, when I was saying, here's the new place, here's the stage, this. And they put me up in a very nice hotel room there down on the river. And but I noticed one of the songs that was requested in the comments in one of my Savannah posts I never saw until today. And so it occurs to me I didn't play this song, title song from my Irish CD. I didn't play this song, the song I wrote about going to Ireland. I never played this song in the last 5 nights, playing Irish gigs. Why, I don't know. But the name of the song, this is for Donna. She requested it, and I forgot to do it. Well, I never saw it, so I didn't do it. It's called Closer to the Top of the World. When I wrote this song, it was about the same time we were building this house, and we were given a chance to go to Ireland. I was given a chance to go over with Harry O'Donoghue and his wife Tracy on a big tour, had 45 people, and I very much appreciate them introducing me to Ireland. So I have Harry and Tracy to thank for that. And I had never had a passport. I'd never been out of the country and this and that. Never been that far north. Never been that far east. And I wrote a song called Closer to the Top of the World. Flying out to the Atlantic Ocean, we follow the curve of the earth, over Boston and Nova Scotia, toward the island of my ancestors' birth. Out the window I think I see Greenland, flying high o'er the blue northern cold. Soon we will touch down in Shannon, and I feel closer to the top of the world. Played some shows in Dublin and Drogheda. They greeted us with warmth and good cheer, and we found in the faces of Ireland what we'd already found over here. We lifted our voices together, every man, woman, boy, and girl, and for a moment, suspended together, we were all closer to the top of the world. Top of the world. Reaching for the sound of a higher voice, I hear you call, top of the world. While so high I may be floating, I may be free falling, so high my demons can't find me. I'll be closer to the top of the world. Back across the island to Galway, on Erin's warm western shore, in a cottage overlooking the ocean, I found a lyric I've been looking for. Now I may never make it to heaven, and I don't know what the future holds, but I've held with my eyes an emerald prize. I've been closer to the top of the world, top of the world. Reaching for the sound of a higher voice, I hear calling, top of the world. While so high I may be floating, I may be free falling, so high my demons can't find me. Free of the people behind me. If you look for me, you will find me. I'll be closer to the top of the world. Top of the world. Closer to the top of the world. Title song from that first CD, and it's on the new one, which I did a combo of the two earlier albums, two Irish earlier albums. The new one is called Best of the Irish, and it's the only one I guess I have hard copies of now to speak of. If you're looking for the Irish stuff and you want a hard copy CD, they're on my website. You can find them there. You can also find ways to download if you want to do downloads and sharing and listening and Spotify and thisify and thatify. Who in the heck knows-ify? But that's what we do.
All we know is they're to make money and you don't.
Yeah, whoever is offering you a platform to play my songs, they're making the money that they're making, and it ain't sending me nothing. I can tell you that right now. Every now and then I get a stream or a check for a stream or something like that for a collection of streams and shares and all of that. I don't know. It ain't much though. Cheers. That little girl at the restaurant today made more money in one day than.
Was she about 5?
She was about 5 years old. We went to a place, our favorite place to go eat a buffet lunch, and it's become a thing that we go do now. Our favorite place is called the Brules there in Camden, South Carolina. And the lady who's the owner, and she's a grandmother, but she had a little 5-year-old, this big, And she was helping people check out and she was showing her how to work the cash register and this and that. And she was just full of spunk and vigor and laughing and smiling and being friendly to everybody. And the lady was trying to make her be friendly, train her to be friendly. Now say thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now say, y'all come back again now. Y'all come back again now. Anyway, so she was being so gracious. I said, this little lady's been working hard behind this cash register, so I gave her $1. And she said, thank you, thank you. Then she handed it to her grandmother, and she said, put it over there with all the others. She made more money there than I did. Anyway, she made more money running the cash register at that buffet dinner than I'm not going to go any further on all of that. Cheers, cheers.
It was funny.
That was pretty funny. I have a few requests here. Towns Van Zandt. Wow.
Oh, you got to play something for Ronnie. It's his birthday.
Oh, Ron Marsh. Is he on?
Yeah, he and Kay.
Happy birthday, Ron Marsh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ron. Happy birthday to Ron. Happy birthday to Ron. Happy birthday to Ron. Get plastered, you bet. Happy birthday to Ron.
I don't think his mama would have appreciated it.
Both my mother and his are watching, so I had to edit that a little bit. My mom just had surgery herself, and I went to see her before we came over. She always has a suggestion as to what gospel song I should do at the end of the night. And she asked me about a couple of them. And of course, I don't do these songs, but I might try one of them at the end of the show here tonight. Happy birthday, Ron, and happy birthday, Ron's birthday to Kay. She's been putting up with his sorry self for a long, long time.
Since high school.
Since high school, they've been anyway. She's like my wife, an absolute angel to put up with our shenanigans and the like. This is a Towns Van Zandt song. This was recorded by several people on the pop charts, country charts. Most notably, if I remember well, was Emmylou Harris and Don Williams together. Emmylou Harris and Don Williams. The question is, will I remember it? If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me for to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea for to ease your pain. Well, the night's forlorn, and the morning's born, and the morning's born with the lights of love, and you'll miss sunrise if you close your eyes, and that would break my heart in two. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me for to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea for to ease your pain. Baby's with me now, since I showed her how to lay her little hand in mine. Who could ill agree? She's a sight to see, and a treasure for the poor to find. If I needed you, would you come to me? Would you come to me for to ease my pain? If you needed me, I would come to you. I would swim the sea for to ease your pain. I would swim the sea for to ease your pain. Texas songwriter Towns Van Zandt. And of course, if you're interested in that, well, first of all, that last verse, Don Williams sang, "Who could ill agree?" But I was told by David Ball, who knew Towns Van Zandt down in Texas, Austin, Texas. David Ball being a country artist himself out of Spartanburg, South Carolina, now in Nashville. But David was at one of my gigs one night in Charleston when he used to live there. And he said, you do know the lyric in that last verse is, Luke and Lil agree. Apparently, Towns Van Zandt had two parrots, and his parrots were a big part of his life. He had a hard time keeping a wife, so he had two parrots. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, and God rest him. He had all of these dependency problems and everything else. There was a absolutely fascinating documentary on YouTube or wherever you want to find it, which is Guy Clark and his relationship with his wife, of course, Susanna Clark, and how she literally was also in love with Townes Van Zandt. And when Townes Van Zandt died, she said, "I don't feel well," and went to bed and stayed in bed for 15 years. 15 years, anyway. So, I mean, it's a fascinating look at how mad the music business was in those days in Texas and Nashville and this and that. Look it up. Guy Clark with Townes Van Zandt and Susanna Clark. Anyway, where was I? Speaking of Texas, I had a request from Lee Campbell. He wanted to hear some Willie Nelson. And of course, Willie did all of these songs, a lot of popular songs that I could play, the ones that were the big hits on the radio. But he also wrote songs for other people. Cheers. Here's one. It's not coming to me, Cherry. Talk to me. It's coming to me. It's coming slowly. I wanted to change my mind at the last minute, and then I threw myself a curveball.
Which one song was it?
When the evening sun go down, you will find me out hanging around. Nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life. Many people just like me, hanging on to what used to be. Nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life. When the evening sun go down, you find me out hanging around. For the nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life. Just another late night scene in a world of broken dreams. Oh, the nightlife ain't no good life, y'all, but it's my life. Listen to the blues they're playing. I see you. Just another late night scene in a world of broken dreams. For the nightlife ain't no good life, but it's my life. People just like R.J. and Dave Ruder and Bobby Sachs and Bobby Tobin, all them boys. The nightlife ain't no good life, y'all, but it's my life. Willie Nelson, great songwriter. I know somewhere on a jazz record or something somewhere he heard that change where you go from one to the one, two, three, one to a three minor, three major seven. Again. Anyway, that's why I fell in love with that song. I think Ray Price. I think Ray Price had the hit on that. How we doing, Mom?
Seem to be doing good. Looking for anything new.
Good, good, good. Verna Jordan on.
Hadn't seen him. The last stars are on YouTube.
Good, good, good.
David Walsh is on.
I'm gonna play old Sammy Merle Haggard song here in a minute.
Greg's on.
Who?
Greg Knight.
Greg's on too. Good.
And Cindy.
Yesterday, a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar, was fearful when the sky was full of thunder, tearful at the falling of a star. The seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're lost on a carousel of time. We can't return, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. Then the child moved 10 times around the season, skated over 10 clear frozen streams. Words like, when you're older, must appease him, and the promises of someday fill his dreams. 16 springs and 16 summers gone now. Cartwheels turn to car wheels and into town. And we tell him, take your time, it won't be long now, till you drag your feet to slow the circles down. And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're lost on a carousel of time. We can't go back, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round in the circle game. So the years spin by, and now the boy is 20. Though his dreams have lost some grandeur coming true, there'll be new dreams, made or maybe better dreams and plenty, before the last revolving year is through. And the seasons, they go round and round, painted ponies go up and down. We're lost on a carousel of time. We can't go back, we can only look behind from where we came and go round and round and round, round and round and round, round and round and round on the circle game. What a great song. Joni Mitchell, of course. A lot of people recorded it. Oh, Verna Jordan, my buddy.
He's on.
He's on. Verna sang that at one of his daughter's weddings.
Oh, and he said
I bet there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
And he said you're playing good music tonight.
Thank you. Verna says I'm playing good music. That's a nice change, isn't it? Verna Jordan, are you going to be around and home Saturday morning? I might come see you. You know, I'm flying out of Charlotte Saturday right after lunch. I have to be at the airport right after lunch. So I may leave here early Saturday morning, and I may drop in and see you if you're available. I'll call you. But at the same time, I'm supposed to be helping some friends do a special birthday party in Charleston Friday night, so I don't know how that's going to go or how late I'll be getting home or anything else. Anyway, it is what it is. I will do these other requests here, and let's see what else we have here. I found that Robert Hutto CD, Cherry. I told you that.
I remember. It was.
I bet you remember it well. I lose things now, you know. I came in the door today with a piece of mail from my wife, and I cannot tell you where it went. I cannot tell you. I've looked everywhere. I walked in the door with it in my hand. You know what, Jerry? I think I went to do a whiz on the old oak tree, so it might be out there.
Oh, no.
It might be sitting out in the rain as we speak.
No, you can just leave it there.
It
It wasn't important.
wasn't that important, as she said. It wasn't that important. Anyway, you know, it's a slow day on the farm today. We're a little bit slow today, especially after those days on the road. I'm going to do a Harry O'Donoghue song. Harry's in Ireland right now, and Harry was responsible for getting all the guys hooked up to play at that new pub in Savannah. He helped to book it, even though he's so busy, I don't think he's going to end up playing it. But Harry is a good friend of ours, and he has a group over in Ireland right now, and he's going to be there with his group at the same time I'm there next week with my group. But I think we're going to miss each other like by one day. We're going to be on the north side of Dublin. He's going to be on the south side of Dublin. And I have no reason to believe we'll either one make the trek around Dublin City to get to East anyway. But we shall see if it works out. We've missed each other in London the other day by half a day. We missed each other in London that time, Greg, and a bunch of hours. We were all in Wales and Scotland trip. Harry wrote a song about returning home to Ireland. It says, how's it going? How's the form? How's the crack? How's it going? How's the form? Let's have a pint of stout or a whiskey to keep us warm. How's it going? How's the crack? I've been away so long, it's great to be back. I've been away so long, it's great to be back. Could be winter, spring, or summer, scene is still the same. Crowding on the bar, far ajar before getting on the plane. And the hair stands up on the back of your neck as the plane flies through the night. Cause you know she'll be home looking by dawn's early light, saying, how's it going? How's the form? Let's have a pint of stout or a whiskey to keep us warm. How's it going? How's the crack? I've been away so long, it's great to be back. You've already been back over 2 weeks. Does the time really fly? And you put away so much of the stuff you could drink, liquor, and try. Still you make the best of the time that's left. Pack up your bags and then head for the plane through the tears and the rain, and you can't wait to do it again. How's it going? How's the form? Let's have a pint of stout or a whiskey to keep us warm. How's it going? How's the crack? I've been away so long, it's great to be back. I've been away so long, it's great to be back. How's it going? How's the form? How's the crack? Harry O'Donoghue wrote that song. I mentioned a minute or two ago about how we missed each other in London on that Scotland, Wales, and England tour that we did. And by the way, Greg, not that same crew from the Scottish Society in Charleston, a lot of whom you went to Wales with, we're all getting together and going again to Scotland in May of 26. May of 26, late May of 26. And I may add Ireland to it, but I don't know yet. Or I may just stay over an extra week or something like that. I don't know how many more years I'll be doing Ireland and Scotland tours, but so I'm going to spend some time enjoying it myself a little bit, other than the tour time. But that's May of 26. If you want to put that on in your smoke and pipe and smoke it. Let's do a song from Scotland. Cheers. I keep forgetting. This is one of Greg's favorites. Another name for Scotland is Caledonia. And I believe it was the Romans who referred to Scotland as Caledonia. And it was the Romans who tried to take over the entire island, which is England and Wales and Scotland. But they were stopped at pretty much the Scotland border, because the wild Scots were just too crazy for them. The Romans built a wall from shore to shore in England, from shore to shore, to separate themselves from Scotland. Hadrian's Wall. We went to see it on our trip over there, and literally they had to protect themselves from the mad Scots. The Highlanders would come into battle wearing their kilts and their clans and just savage, and the Romans were a lot more organized and all of this, but they weren't ready for the madness, and the Picts in the northeast would come into battle naked as the day they were born, covered in red ink, red paint, and scared the bejesus out of the Romans. So they built a wall, which is still there today, Hadrian's Wall. But anyway, we are flying into Inverness, and then we're going to the Orkney Islands in the very north in Scotland in May 26. But the Romans referred to Scotland as Caledonia, and they referred to Ireland as Hibernia. That's where we get that word from. But this is a song called Caledonia. I don't know if you can see me, the changes that have come over me. These last few days I've been afraid I might drift away. I've been telling old stories, singing songs, make me think about where I came from. That's the reason why I seem so far away today. Let me tell you that I love you, think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm moving on. If I should become a stranger, it would make me more than sad. Caledonia, it's been everything I ever had. I have moved, kept on moving, proved the points that needed proving, lost some friends that needed losing, found others on the way. I've kissed the girls, left them sighing, stolen dreams there's no denying, traveled hard with conscious flying, somewhere with the wind. Let me tell you that I love you, think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm moving on. If I should become a stranger, it would make me more than sad. Caledonia, it's been everything I ever had. Now I'm sitting here beside the fire, the empty room and the forest choir. Flames have cooled and get no higher, they've withered now and they're gone. But I'm steady thinking, my way is clear. I know what I'll do tomorrow, with hands shaking, the kisses float, and I will disappear. Let me tell you that I love you, think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm moving on. If I should become a stranger, it would make me more than sad. Caledonia, it's been everything I ever had. Let me tell you that I love you, think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. Our buddy Paul and me who is a big part of the Americana folk gathering out in Scottsdale, Arizona, over all these years. He was at the head of it, I guess, a lot of years. But he and I, because I posted the original version of the old song, "Hey, Flair of Scotland, when will we see your likes again? Who fought and died for our wee built hill and glen while we stood against them. Proud Edward's army and sent them homeward." And that's the national anthem in Scotland. But Paul was making the point that if you ask most people in Scotland today, they would say the song Caledonia is their national anthem for all practical purposes, or at least it's the favorite and the most often played. We were there in 2014 when they were having the referendum to decide if Scotland was going to secede from the UK. And surprisingly, it wasn't as close, and they did not secede. But of course, that song was played on every street corner during that week. We happened to be there at that time. That song was played everywhere we went. Caledonia. Great song. Dougie McLean is his name. What you smiling at over there, good woman?
Greg said thanks for letting him know that you found this Robert's CD, because now he can quit looking.
That's right. I didn't find the one I gave you, but I found the master. You know what? See, I either gave it to you or Dan Kraft, and I have every reason to believe that it's gone forever. But but I have the master, and so I can burn another copy. I found the master. I had hidden it from myself. I looked 4 times in this studio, saying I never would leave this studio with a master disc. And what did I do? I put it in my briefcase and I left it. I left the studio with it in my anyway, in my computer bag. And I was on holiday last week, 2 weeks ago, and that's when I found it. I found it when we were on holiday. Oh, well, small problems, small problems. I had a request for a song from Stan Rogers. Our buddy Evan tunes in now last week or two. Many people in the American South don't know who Stan Rogers is. He passed away, and I guess I can't remember what year it was. For some reason, 1984 is coming into my brain, but I don't know when he passed away. But Stan Rogers was a big, larger-than-life guy from Canada, and a great songwriter, and a great performer. And he had just broken into the U.S. and played the Kerrville Folk Festival in Texas, brought the house down with his powerful performances. And on the way home in an Air Canada incident, he died in Cleveland, Ohio, helping other people get off of a plane that was filled with smoke and flames. So we lost Stan Rogers right at the peak of his beginning of his worldwide career. And such a tragic story, as has happened so many times, as we know in the business of music. But Stan Rogers has all of these great songs. One is about a ship that went down in shallow water, and all the people on board her wanted to bring her back to the surface, but the owners already had the insurance money. The name of the song is the name of the ship. The name of the ship is the name of the song. The Mary Ellen Carter. See if I remember all these verses. She went down last October in a pouring driving rain. Skipper, he'd been drinking. Mate, he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock when she received her final blow, and the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. There was just us 5 aboard her when she finally went to wash. We fought like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost. And the groan she gave as she went down caused us to proclaim that the Mary Ellen Carter would rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. All those who loved her best and with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. The owners wrote her off. Not a nickel would they spend. She gave 20 years of service, boys, and met her sorry end. But insurance paid the loss for us, so let her lie below. And then they laughed at us and said we'd have to go. But we spoke of her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000, boys. offloaded at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men, all those who loved her best. And with her till the end, we'll make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. We've been with her all spring now, on a barge lent by a friend. 3 dives a day in a hard hat suit, twice I've had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet, and the currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go below. But we racked our vents and stopped the rents, dog hatch and porthole down, strong cables round her fore and aft, and girded her around. Tomorrow noon we'll hit the air, and then take up the strain, and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men, all those who loved her best. And with her till the end, we'll make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. We couldn't leave her there to crumble into scale. She saved our lives so many times, living through the gale. And the laughing drunken rats that left her to a sorry grave, they won't be laughing in another day. So to you, to whom adversity has dealt a mighty blow, with smiling bastards laughing at you everywhere you go, turn to, put out all your strength of arm and heart and brain, and like the Mary Ellen Carter, rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men, all those who loved her best. And we're with her till the end, we'll make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broken, or your life about to end, no matter what you've lost, be it a home, or love, or friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter, rise again. And like the Mary Ellen Carter, rise again. Rise again. That's one of those rousing songs. And boy, when they sang that, and another one called Barrett's Privateers, when they sang that on the videos, the few black and white videos that they have, they were sitting at a dinner table, stomping their, banging their hands on the dinner table and singing. Rah, 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 rah. It's just great stuff and great storytelling, songwriting. Gotta love that. What you got there, Mom?
Nothing new.
All right, good, good. I'm gonna get out of here in a couple of minutes, guys. I am pretty beat up from too many days away. I'm gonna make sure I got everything done here. I did promise to do Sweet Savannah Nights, and I'm going to do that. I'll do that now. And I played it a few times, of course, in Savannah. And, of course, in Savannah, think about Sonny Birch. And also think about Billy Adams, the people that we lost during the time of the pandemic. And other friends that we've lost in that market. I had a nice late afternoon beverage with my buddy Billy Walker, and we were remembering his good wife, Judy. We lost her. So at our age, we are, I told somebody the other day, I said, you know, when I was in college, I played a lot of weddings. Now, I play a lot of funerals and a lot of life celebrations. But thank goodness, this coming Friday, I'm playing a 90th birthday party instead of some kind of a celebration, a life celebration thing, in Charleston, Alapalms. 90th birthday party for a beautiful young lady. A beautiful young lady. I know the family well. I worked with them for years and years in Charleston and in Columbia. And that's going to be beautiful. And I appreciate them giving me a call. This is a song called Sweet Savannah Nights. I wrote this with my friend Sonny Birch. I found her original version that she had handed me not long ago. Cherry and I were looking at it. And I didn't remember how much of this I wrote or how much of this she wrote. All I remembered is the final version. But turns out she wrote a lot more of this song than I remembered. She had a guy friend who she was not supposed to see, but so she didn't see him so much as she was in love with him. And the only thing she would say about him is that he was Irish. Now in Savannah, that doesn't narrow it down very much, but that's the only thing she said about him. I never knew his name. And so she wrote this original lyric, and then I tuned it, moved it into song form, and did this and that. So this is Sonny's song and mine, called Sweet Savannah Nights. How long has it been? Years have come and gone, but the world keeps on turning, and I keep holding on. Still see us arm in arm beneath the dancing street light. How we loved our hearts away on sweet Savannah nights. Supper on the veranda, walking through the park, whispering by the parlor lamp when the world was getting dark. Your kiss on my brow made all the darkness bright. Yes, I remember you at sweet Savannah nights. It only takes a moment to run that memory down. It haunts me like a ghost, it cuts like a thorny crown. I'm going back to bed now, dream with all my might. I'll be loving you in sweet Savannah nights. Live oaks spread their wings to catch the Spanish moss, but everything has changed now. I guess you just got lost. Oh, but the jasmine's on the breeze. I'm gonna be alright. I'm just missing you, sweet Savannah nights. It only takes a moment to run that memory down. It haunts me like a ghost, I wear it like thorny crown. I'm going back to bed now, dream with all my might. I'll be loving you in sweet Savannah nights. Ah, you know I still love you in sweet Savannah nights. Sweet Savannah Nights, title song from one of my CDs, and my wife made a beautiful video of that song, and it's on the YouTube channel. You can look at the Carroll Brown Music YouTube channel, Carroll Brown Music, YouTube.com, and then click in Carroll Brown Music, and you'll see the video there for Sweet Savannah Nights, and for Coast to Carolina, and for several other songs that my good wife did.
Closer to Top of the World, too.
Closer to the Top of the World, too, the Irish tune. Anyway, you're welcome to go do that. You know, I had rewritten this song with Sonny's lyric, and tweaking and rhyming and doing this and doing that, and I finally sang it one night at Kevin Barry's. I had just finished tweaking it and done a little track on it upstairs in the band room. but I did it kind of bouncy. When I was on the stage, and Sonny was there in the audience, along with Vic Power, the owner of the pub, and so I introduced the song, and I said, I don't remember it well enough, so I'm going to have to go slow. Well, when I went slow, my wife says I do everything too fast. You know what I'm saying? My wife says I do everything too fast. So I had to slow it down. I just had to slow it down. And then I realized that's how it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be slow. And after she heard the lyric, I don't know if Cherry knows this, after she heard the lyric, the only thing she asked me to do to edit was to let the tag, the end of the song line be, I still love you. I still love you. And I had said, I'll be missing you in Sweet Savannah Nights. But she said, would you please make the last line, I still love you on Sweet Savannah Nights, So that's kind of cool. We lost Sonny during the pandemic, not due to the pandemic, but we lost her, and we couldn't have a proper life celebration because of the dang shutdown and the pandemic. How sad was all of that business? All right, friends, where were we on the hit parade there, Mom?
I don't have anything new.
I have one I have to do here. Trying to think if I had any other requests from... this is the one I got several requests for the last 3 nights in Savannah. Song called The Reason I Left Mullingar. I'm going to do that for you. Written by a guy named Pat Cooksey, if memory serves. I think he's the one that wrote it. Cheers. My buddy Caleb, down there, he's in the jewelry business. He requested this because he has a cousin or someone and that loves this so much, the song, because it has a line in it, to work till you're dead for one room and a bed, is not the reason I left Mullingar, So this is for Caleb. Thank you for bringing your family out that night at the Wexford in Savannah. I walked through the city a stranger in a land I can never call home. I cursed the sad notion that caused me in search of my fortune to roam. I'm weary of working and drinking, my week's wages left at the bar. And Lord, it's a shame to use a friend's name to beg for the price of a jar. I remember the bright April morning I left home to travel afar. But to work till you're dead for one room and a bed is not the reason I left Mullingar. London is a city of heartbreak. Friday there's friends by the score. When the pay is finished on Monday, a friend's not a friend anymore. And the working day seems never ending. From the shovel and pick, there's no break. And when you're not working, you're spending the fortune you left home to make. I remember the bright April morning I left home to travel afar. But to work till you're dead for one room and a bed is not the reason I left Mullingar. Every man here that finds fortune comes home to tell the tale. Each morning the Broadway is crowded with the many, the thousands who fail. So young men of Ireland, take warning. In London you never will find the gold at the end of the rainbow. You might just have left it behind. I remember the bright April morning. I left home to travel afar. But to work till you're dead for one room and a bed is not the reason I left Mullingar. To work till you're dead for one room and a bed is not the reason I left Mullingar. From my buddy Caleb. Brian's not on, is it, Cherry? Brian Tillman?
No, I don't see him.
Brian Scott Tillman. I think he might be labeled as Brian Scott.
He's not on my list.
Yeah, he's
Facebook, so.
he was there too. He loves the Ferryman. I did that for him last night with his lady friend. What was her name? Jessica. Last song, guys. Thank you very much. I don't have the nerve to try the one that my mom wanted me to do. You know, because I've never sung it before. I shouldn't try it. I got too many other songs in my head right now that I shouldn't try it. I'll have to run through it a couple of times, you know, before I can try it.
What song was it?
You know the Happy Goodman family?
Mm-hmm.
Their son, Rusty, was a good songwriter. He wrote a song called Look for Me and I'll Be There. Remember?
Not really.
When you finally make your entrance to that city of jasper walls and bright gold avenues, as you behold all its beauty and its splendor, remember there's just one request I'll make of you. Look for me, I'll be there too. I realize when you arrive there'll be so much more to view. After you've been there 10,000 years, a million maybe two. Look for me, for I will be there too. As you go down your list of first, and there's no question, you're gonna want to see your loved ones waiting there for you. When you feel you shared your story with the last one that wants to hear you tell the story, how you made it through. Look for me, I'd like to hear it too. I realize when you arrive there'll be so much there to view. After you've been there 10,000 years, a million maybe two. Look for me, for I will be there too. Look for me, for I will be there too. I realize when you arrive there'll be so much to view. After you've been there 10,000 years, a million, maybe two. Look for me, for I will be there too. After you've been there 10,000 years, a million, maybe two. Look for me, for I will be Rusty Goodman was Howard and Vestal Goodman's son.
Wow.
And he passed away early, pretty early. But he wrote a number of the songs that they had big hits on.
Wow.
He wrote a lot of the classic Southern gospel songs. Rusty Goodman is his name. You can look him up, Google him.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, on YouTube, they have his daughter singing it with the mom and dad, Howard and Vestal, sitting there in the audience with Bill Gaither and the whole surrounded people, and the whole group of people, all professional singers, are singing. And I tell you what, it'll bring a tear to a glass eye. Holy Lord! I sat up here putting teardrops on my laptop There's my song. I could write that one. Putting teardrops on my laptop. Oh, me and Greg Knott can write that one. Teardrops on my laptop. Oh, don't tell David Walsh I said that.
Oh,
It's
Lord.
too late in the show. He's
No,
probably gone to bed.
He's on. He's
Is he on? Oh, Lord.
busted.
That song will be written by the time I get up tomorrow morning. All right, friends, y'all have a good week. I will be at Tommy Condon's this Wednesday. And Friday night, I have a private thing. I'm going to go and visit some great friends and have a little birthday party. Saturday morning, I drive to Charlotte and I fly to Ireland. I will be there, which means I may be doing some live streams from Ireland when I'm there. We're going to be spending 2 nights in Galway, 2 nights in Derry, and 2 nights in Westport, and 1 night in Malahide, which is just north of Dublin. The night before we fly back, we'll stay near Dublin. And anyway, that's the tour, and we're going to be with a family group that asked me to put together a special tour just for them and their destination places that they wanted to go to for their ancestry. And so it's going to be a great trip. But I will be leaving 21 Saturday morning and headed to Charlotte and get on the airplane in the afternoon and arrive at 5 in Dublin City Sunday morning. And then we drive straight to Galway. That's going to be a pretty good boogie, too.
Yeah, boy.
Anywho, sleep on the bus. We'll sleep on the bus. All right, friends, have a good night. I'm going to take a break. It's going to be a long one.